संस्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. My respectful namaskars to all those who are watching this live telecast. In the previous class, we saw a thorough systematic study of Vedanta coupled with a virtuous life and contemplating on the Vedantic truths can lead an aspirant to realize and manifest his inherent divinity. This is what Swami Vivekananda said when he mentioned each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest the divinity. So Vedanta, study of Vedanta, contemplation of the Vedantic truths helps us, one, to manifest the divinity by making him understand that you are ever free and you were never in bondage. Having said this much, now we have been using a word called Vedanta. So what is meant by Vedanta is the next question. To arrive at the definition, I will give you some introduction. See, Vedanta is a philosophy of life, or rather we can say Vedanta is a way of life. Vedanta is not a speculative philosophy that is being taught by some professors in some colleges, or Vedanta is not only for ascetics and monks, or only for scholars and pundits. Vedantic knowledge is for everybody. It is very much necessary that one should have this Vedantic knowledge. People of different walks of life need this Vedantic knowledge, be he a lawyer, a salesman, a sweeper, a cobbler. Everybody requires this. Vedanta is for all common people, men, women, there is no distinction. This idea, Swami Vivekananda very beautifully puts in its lecture, Vedanta and its applications in Indian life. I just quote Swami Vivekananda's words. I quote, "If you teach Vedanta to fisherman, he will say, I am as good as a man as you. I am a fisherman and you are a philosopher, but I have the same God in me as you have in you." That is what Swami Vivekananda says. So by study of Vedanta, we understand that everybody is divine. Everybody's real nature is divinity. There is no sinner and saint. That's why Swamiji said, it is sin to call a man a sinner. Swami Vivekananda says in one place, we should not estimate a man for what he manifests, but for what he is. We should not estimate a man for what he manifests. He may manifest some bad things now as a sinner, but the divinity, the inherent purity is there in every one of us. This is what Swami Vivekananda meant when he made that statement. All Vedantic truths. Now Vedanta, what does Vedanta deal with? Vedanta deals with the basic problems of life. See, there are many things about life we want to know, and there are many problems of life we want to solve. Like, who am I? Where do I come from? Why there are so many evils in the world? Can I be in a state of everlasting bliss? Can I have an everlasting peace? And the most mysterious question, most inquisitive question we have, what happens after death? Right? These questions of such type pops up in our mind oftentimes, if not oftentimes, rarely. But we are very busy with many things of the world that we comfortably ignore these questions and try to forget our problems. This same type of question, 2,500 years before, it came in the mind of a prince called Siddhartha. The story you all know very well. But he did not ignore these questions. He pondered deeply. In a great meditative state of mind, he could find the solutions for all these problems, and he became Buddha, the enlightened. But much before Buddha, I quote Buddha because Buddha is, is, the, is a great personality. He is in the galaxy of spirituality, he is very prominent. That's why I quote Buddha. But even before Buddha, a few thousand years before, such questions arise in the minds of our rishis, whom we called as sages of India. In their hermitages, these questions were thought very deeply about the mystery of life, and through the great austerities, studies, and contemplation, they could arrive at the fundamental truths of life. The sum total of all these truths is what is called Vedanta. So to give you a definition of Vedanta, I just made these introductions. The sum total of all these truths which the sages found out is what is called as Vedanta. Vedanta can be very, in short, to put it, Vedanta is a body of knowledge. But what happened was, through a lapse of time, this true significance and the practical utility of Vedantic truths were being confined to some part of the people. But toward the end of 19th century, it was Swami Vivekananda who brought all these Vedantic truths from the forest, from the hermitages, and broadcasted the different parts of the world and also different parts of the world. He took this message of Vedanta to the West, and he sowed the seeds of Vedanta, which changed the whole thought pattern of this world. Now, after especially 30 years since now, 30 years before, these Vedantic truths, there is a very great proliferation of Vedantic truths in the form of books, in the form of organizations, and in the form of teachers teaching Vedanta in all parts of the world. So now Vedanta means many things to people. So in our next class, we will see what is the original message of Vedanta. Thank you. Jai Ramakrishna. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Jai Ramakrishna.